Hello all and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about my first impressions on the sound quality of the Rega Elicit Mk5 integrated amplifier. Now I say first impressions and that's because I've only had a couple of days to listen to the unit. It's new, brand new, out of the box. I ran it for a little over 24 hours before I sat down and gave it a listen. I must thank my friend Rob at No Noise Records and Hifi for being kind and generous to let me have this amplifier to listen to over the weekend. If you haven't watched my previous videos, Rob is the owner of No Noise Hi-Fi located in Toledo, Ohio. And he has some of the world's finest hi-fi gear, the likes of Chord Electronics, ProAct, Fine Audio, Rega, Spender, and a few more that are on display. Back to this Rega integrated. This Elicit Mk5 now incorporates built-in DAC using a Wolfson chipset. It has two digital inputs, one coax, one optical, the back of the unit. Of course, it includes 5 RCA inputs. One of them is a moving magnet phono stage. You will also find in the back record inputs, outputs, a direct in, so you can use the amp as a power amp. It also features RCA pre-outs that can be used for an external amp or a powered subwoofer. Rega publishes wattage on this amplifier as 105 watts per channel at 8 ohms, 127 at 6, 162 at 4 ohms. The 6 ohm rating is because Rega speakers have a nominal impedance of 6 ohms. It weighs in at a solid 27 pounds. It's compact and it's really sturdy. This retails for $3,345 USD. Rega also publishes that the preamplifier circuit in the Elicit Mk5 is taken directly from the Athos. So the Rega Elicit 5 is between the Athos integrated and the Elex integrated. I tested the Elicit Mk5 by using the speakers I have in rotation, which are my reference 4-pi speakers by Wayne Parham. And the Vienna Acoustics Mozart Grand Symphony Edition speakers. I use the internal DAC in the Elicit by using a streamer, the Blue Sound Node streamer. I also tried out the onboard moving magnet input using a high output Dynavector 20X2H cartridge. And finally listen to the analog inputs using an outboard phono stage, which is my Manley Chinook driven by the Koetsu Black low output moving coil cartridge. Okay, impressions on sound quality. A few things stand out immediately. Exceptional bass control, exceptional vocal reproduction, impressive depth layering in the soundstage, and unforced detail reproduction, superb resolution. So when present in the source, the bass is agile, textured, and visceral on good recordings. An example, via Cobas, I streamed the track by Crystal Alsos. It's called If You Knew Me Now. The song starts with drums and a bass guitar, but the punch of the kick drum and the snap of the snare shots stunned me with resolution and the dynamic range that was being reproduced. And then her voice, oh man, so very present and very emotive, and the song was quite moving. Now using the built-in moving magnet phono input, I spun some Tony Allen and Hugh Muscala the album Rejoice. And the track is called We've Landed. The bass from Tony Allen's kick drum is tight, extended, powerful. Same with the snare. It's tight. It's snappy, beautifully textured. Same with Hugh Muscala's trumpet as well. Sounds powerful, appropriately reedy. Has that bite, but not bright. Very natural. The softer notes, the nice microdynamics were also produced quite well. Next, going to using the analog inputs. I used the Manley Chinook phono stage and the low output Koetsu Black moving coil. This simply brought out more analog magic. I spun this album that I bought just a few days ago. It's by Lee Kunitz. It's called Inside Hifi. The first track is called Carrie's Trance. And this track starts off with this gloriously warm guitar strumming. It's warm and it's extremely detailed at the same time. The sax sounds gloriously smooth. And then the weight of that bass kick drum, again, solid heft. The whole album sounds absolutely fantastic via the Elicit Mk5. The presentation is very dynamic. It's like hearing something very close to a live event, but indoors, because it picked up and reproduced the spatial cues and the ambience in the recording or the performance venue. Gives you an insight into the venue where the music's being performed. Okay, so for some conclusions that I've drawn listening to this amplifier for a short while, this is a fantastic sounding integrated amplifier. And going by audio memory, I like this Elicit Mk5 more than the Yamaha AS2100 integrated amplifier, which I had for a very long time, and that's not a faint praise. I love that Yamaha AS2100. I also think this is better than the PS Audio M700 mono blocks that I was driving using a Manley Jumbo Shrimp preamplifier. This integrated simply sounds more dynamic, seems to reproduce the air around the instruments more effortlessly. Oh, before I forget, I have to mention the Solaris remote that comes with the unit is awesome at controlling the volume very precisely. The amplifier is also superbly quiet, low noise floor. It is dead silent when driving the super efficient 4-pi speakers. Those speakers are rated at 98 decibel sensitivity. What do I not like about it? Not much really. I actually don't mind the stoic, barren, understated, clean and functional look of the amplifier. Some may complain about its plain appearance. Some may complain about the lack of additional digital inputs. Hey, it doesn't have a USB for DSD. Hey, it doesn't have the I2S, or that the input selection requires pushing a button until you get to the input you desire instead of pushing a button directly. That probably contributes to this cleanliness of the front fascia. To me, these are non-issues because the sound quality impressed me so much. There's one thing I need to mention is that when driving my Vienna Acoustics Mozart Grand Symphony Edition speakers, those are 4-ohm speakers that they're rated at 90 dB sensitivity or something high like that, but I don't know how true that is. They require gobs of power to wake up. When driving those speakers, this got hot. If you have this amplifier in your setup and you're driving current hungry speakers, make sure you provide plenty of ventilation. So is this amplifier right for you? Only you can decide that. So go and experience it yourself. Go to your local Rega dealer and try and get an addition. If you're in the Metro Detroit or Toledo area, go check it out at No Noise Hi-Fi. They're located at 4470 Monroe Street in Toledo. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you around next time. Until then, take care.